can showcase your work, showcase your talent, and even network with other participants from all over the world. We're expecting foreign participants to come, participants that you could interact with to make very beautiful partnerships. It is an opportunity for you to take your work to a global level. Tell me you wouldn't want that. So you may ask, how is tariff going to benefit the government? But I have this to say, tariff is going to be an opportunity for the government to promote its cultural diplomacy. When young people interact by networking with foreign participants from across the globe, it is going to make for a beautiful partnership that will go ahead and promote the cultural diplomacy of Taraba State and even Nigeria as a whole. Secondly, this is an opportunity for the government to partner with investors from around the globe. This is going to be a great opportunity as it is going to even boost the economic situation of the state. So finally, this is going to benefit us.
Good evening. You're welcome to news at 9 p.m. on Sound TV, the pulse of the nation. You can also follow us on Facebook at Sound TV and on YouTube at Sound TV Live. Now the major headlines. On national news, former President John Nathan, Governor Diri, and dignitaries pay tribute to Pa Edwin Clark in Yenagoa. Taraba SEMA responded swiftly with relief materials for IDPs affected by the Bandawa Gwazo crisis as Chief Benjamin Bako inspected educational infrastructure in Jalingo to support Governor Kefra's reform agenda. Agra, Nestle Nigeria and TechnoServe launched a climate-smart agriculture initiative in Kaduna and Nasarawa. International news. Armed clashes in Tripoli leave at least 6 dead after the assassinations of military leader Abdel Ghani al-Kiliki. Business news. NITDA partners with Lancaster University to advance Nigerians' digital transformation through research and innovation. Entertainment news. Rapper Falz stir controversy with claims that fornication is not a sin, while Ice Prince reflect on past relationship regrets. Sport news. Nottingham Forest striker Taiwo Awoniyi undergoes surgery following abdominal injury sustained during a Premier League match against Leicester City. I'm Bridget James with the news. Former President Goodluck Jonathan and Bayelsa State Governor Dauye Diri, along with other dignitaries, paid tribute to Pa Edwin Clark at his lying-in state and commendation service in Yenagoa. Clark, who passed away on February 17, 2024, was celebrated for his commitment to justice, the Ijaw Coast, and the Niger Delta region. Jonathan and Diri praised Clark's selflessness and leadership, while plans were announced to immortalize his legacy through the naming of streets and structures. Speakers, including former Governor Surike Dixon and Ijaw National Congress President Professor Benjamin Okaba, honored Clark's contributions to unity and justice. In a swift humanitarian response to the Bandawa Gwazo farmers' headers crisis that displaced over 500 residents, the Taraba State Emergency Management Agency, SEMA, has delivered essential relief materials to the internally displaced persons currently taking refuge at a Catholic church in Lao local government area. Some TV correspondent has the details.
The Taraba State Emergency Agency, SEMA, has provided relief materials to internally displaced persons, IDPs, of the Bandawa Kwaizo Farmers Herders Crisis in Karim Lamido local government area. The Bandawa Kwaizo Farmers Herders Crisis has resulted in the displacement of over 500 people, mostly women and children from the Bandawa Kwaizo community of Karim Lamido local government area and currently sheltered by the Catholic Church in Lao local government area. The dispute at Bandawa Fandama also resulted in the death of a farmer, Mr. Habu Dennis, in his dry season farm. The Executive Secretary of the Taraba State Emergency Agency, SEMA, Dr. Achuse Audu, represented by the SEMA's Monitoring and Evaluation Officer, Mr. Mokiya Yurus, presented the relief materials as part of Governor Abukefa's effort to respond promptly to emergencies. The relief materials were presented to the chairman of Karim and Lao local government areas, Mr. Bitrus Danjos and Mr. Nigeria Jatau, who subsequently presented the materials to the IDPs on behalf of SEMA.
We brought just mattresses, some food items and non-food items, and we bring them to support the victims of this crisis. My advice to the people of this FN, especially those who run to this local government for their life, this thing is to stay together with the people of this local government, to work together and give the support to the chairman and also the chairman of the two local governments. We like and we support them. We love the way they behave, the way they handle this matter. And also, we are advising the people of Karim Lamido and their neighbors that they should stay together in peace and harmony.
The chairman of Karim Lamido local government area, Mr. Bitrus Danjos, spoke on the circumstance surrounding the crisis and thanked Governor Abukefas and commended SEMA's swift response.
There is no word adequate enough for me to express our gratitude on behalf of Karim Lamido local government to His Excellency, because I have observed several times when there are issues like this that occur, His Excellency through SEMA and NEMA, he tried to reach the people immediately so that they can bring succor into the life of people. In fact, there's no word enough to appreciate His Excellency Dr. Abu Kepas, the Executive Governor of Taraba State, for his effort through SEMA and NEMA. May the Lord bless him. May the Lord recompense all his efforts.
The chairman of Lao local government area, Mr. Nigeria Jatau, appealed to the people of Lao local government area to provide humanitarian assistance to the displaced persons, especially food and shelter, until the crisis is resolved.
When the matter will be over,
I want to call for my people. We should support our people and take care of them before the end of this crisis. Let us support them with financial, food, and whatsoever before the end of this crisis.
Representatives of the IDPs, Mr. Bala Jame and Maimuna Musa, expressed gratitude to the government of Taraba State for the provision of relief materials.
Matuka don ba abinda zamu iya sai da mu nuna godiyarmu ga gwamnatin Taraba. Jami'an tsaro ubangiji Allah kare ku. Ya sake ba ku karfin da za ku ci gaba da tsaron mu a wannan kasar.
Chama na Lau da chama na Kare. Ubangiji Allah ne zai yi muku sa. Yanzu da zamu je gida zamu je da kwanciyar hankali. Da suka zamu je da tsoro ne, amma suka da kwanciyar hankali zamu. Mu yi maku matukan godiya. Abubuwan da za ku ba mu ubangiji Allah ya sake mai don maku a gurbi.
Still from Taraba State, report has it that in support of Governor Agbokefa's sweeping education reform agenda, Chief Benjamin Bako, special advisor to the governor on school projects, on Tuesday, May 13, 2025, embarked on an inspection tour of key educational infrastructure projects in Jalingo metropolis. Reaffirming the administration resolve to transform learning environments across Taraba State, through the construction of 16 new schools. Some TV correspondent Lilian Yakubu files in the reports.
May 13, 2025, Honorable Benjamin Baku, the special advisor to the governor on school project, toured ongoing educational infrastructure project across Jalingo Metropolis. The inspection is part of the governor's broader initiative to reform the education sector, which includes the construction of 60 new schools statewide. During his visit to Government Comprehensive School Jalingo, Bako expressed satisfaction with the progress of the project, dismissing opposition criticism. He emphasized that the project reflects Governor Skefa's dedication to transforming educational landscape, adding that the governor's achievements in just 2 years have solidified his position as one of the most impactful governors in the country.
We are actually here to see for ourselves the massive infrastructure that is going on in terms of school project that His Excellency, the Executive Governor, has promised the people of the state. So here you can see in my background, massive work is ongoing. This is to disprove individuals that will go on air and say the governor is not doing anything. For 2 years, he has achieved nothing. You can see the massive work ongoing, and this is ongoing in the 16 local government area.
Honorable Bako also visited the School of Nursing, where major infrastructure improvements are nearly completion.
If not because of the support of the people and even His Excellency himself, the project wouldn't have been possible. It's with your support. It's with your support and support of His Excellency that this project were able to be at this stage. And I'm also participating in the glory. Not that I
carry the glory.
So I'm very grateful. In fact, if I don't thank His Excellency, I will not be doing justice to him. Because immediately he took over my school, the first school I visited, and he took the bull by the horn to see that the abundant projects are completed.
With 85% of the work finished, he praised the governor's ongoing commitment to education and announced plans to extend this inspection to the 16 local government areas across Taraba State soon. Lilian Yakubu, reporting for Some TV.
Agro-Nestle Nigeria and TechnoServe have launched a 3-year initiative to promote climate-smart agriculture in Kaduna and Nasarawa states. The project titled Strengthening Farmers and SMEs' Resilience Through Climate-Smart Grain Production and Assessing the Structured Markets. It will run from June 2024 to October 2027. It aims to support 25,000 smallholders farmers and 8 aggregators in sustainable maize, soybeans, rice, and sorghum production. The initiative emphasizes regenerative agriculture, soil health, reduced emissions, biodiversity, and economic empowerment, particularly for women and youths. It is launched in Zaria. Key partners and government officials lauded the project's potentials to transform Nigeria's grain value chain. Still on agriculture, during a press release in Jalingo, Taraba State, Commissioner for Agriculture Food Security, Professor Nicholas Oliver Nemeson, have announced that as the second phase of mini tractor distribution approaches, cooperative farmers should seize the opportunity, emphasizing the state's commitment to mechanized farming and food security under Governor Agbo-Kefre's transformative agricultural agenda. Some TV correspondent Faith Apollos completes the reports.
Namasan, the Taraba State Commissioner for Agriculture and Food Security, has called on cooperative farmers to apply for the mini tractor as the second phase of distribution nears. Speaking to the journalists on May 13, 2025 in Jalingo, he urged farmers to take advantage of the mini tractor designed to meet Taraba diverse agricultural terrain. He said, these mini tractors are crucial tools that will enhance farming efficiency, especially in the varying landscape. He also expressed gratitude to Governor Agbukefas for his role in advancing the state agricultural reforms, noting the impact on food security. Additionally, the commissioner highlighted the collaboration with the Bank of Agriculture to promote the Operation Feed Yourself program, providing up to 1 million naira in financial assistance.
Yeah, the Special Agricultural Processing Zone is a project that is intended to bring about infrastructure development to the state. Like I always say, we have first of all expressed our interest as a state. We've gone past that level. We requested us to do executive studies. We have gone past that level. We have also done what we call environmental and social impact assessment that we have done also. Now, this visit was part of the requirements. The visit was to actually meet with investors and to check out on what they do and how that kind of thing that they do can be replicated here as well. Because the zone is actually supposed to mix all kinds of things. There is the social aspect of it, there's the technical, which is the agricultural aspect of it. It's essentially like building a whole city.
He assured farmers that fertilizers and seedlings could be distributed early this season to support the ongoing farming activities. Faith Apollo's reporting for Som TV.
The Universal Basic Education Commission announced it will introduce a new template for disbursing education funds to states. The Executive Secretary, Aisha Garba, said the move aligned with the federal government's strategy to improve access, quality, accountability, and monitoring in basic education. The new template supports the Hope Education Project, which rewards states that have effectively utilized resources. UBEC Deputy Executive Secretary Tunde Ajibulu emphasized the importance of the workshop in helping states develop practical work plans for assessing the intervention funds. A total of 421 delegates from Oyo State, including 320 athletes, 65 coaches, and 36 officials, are set to participate in the 22nd National Sport Festival, scheduled for May 16 to 30th in Ogun State. The Commissioner for Youth and Sports, Honorable Wasilat Adegoke, announced this during a briefing at the Lekan Salami Sport Complex in Ibadan. She confirmed that the state government has approved a minimum wage of 80,000 naira for contract athletes and officers. Adegoke also pledged instant reward for medal winner and assured the team of adequate support. The Torch of Unity would be presented to Governor Sheyi Makinde on May 13th to mark the festival's commencement. Women from the Bile community in the Gema local government of Rivers State staged a protest at the government house in Port Harcourt on Tuesday, demanding the release of 8 WAEC candidates abducted by pirates while traveling by boat from Port Harcourt to Bile. The abduction, which occurred on May 6th, involved 13 passengers with suspected pirates diverting their boats into the creeks. Protesters dressed in black and holding placards described repeated pirate attack and alleged some victims were raped. One protest leader, Janet Adebayo, appealed to the state and federal security agencies for urgent intervention. Government officials promised immediate action while police said investigations are ongoing. The Agro-Nestle Nigeria and TechnoServe have launched a 3-year initiative to promote climate-smart agriculture in Kaduna and Nasarawa states. The project titled Strengthening Farmers and SMEs Resilient Through Climate-Smart Grain Production and Assessing the Structured Markets. It will run from June 2024 to October 2027. It claims to support 25,000 smallholders farmers and 8 aggregators in sustainable maize, soybeans, and all the like. Key partners and government officials lauded the project's potential to transform Nigerians' grain value chain. A 16-year-old SS3 student at a private secondary school in Abakaliki, Ebonyi State, staged her own kidnapping and demanded a 2 million naira ransom. According to the state police, she contacted a family member claiming she had been abducted with help from a family friend. The girl from Izi local government claimed she passed out after being tapped from behind while buying second-hand clothes and woke up at Iseke Junction. Instead of returning home, she stayed with a family friend and used his phone to message her brother, refusing to speak directly and later sending an account number for the ransom. Police tracked the phone, raided the house, and arrested those involved. The girl has been reunited with her family while investigations continue. The Nigerian Labour Congress in Sokoto State has urged Governor Ahmed Aliyu to extend the ongoing gratuity payments to retired local government workers who have not received their entitlements since 2016. During the 2025 May Day celebration, NLC chairperson Comrade Abdullahi Aliyu praised the governor's effort in clearing arrears for state workers, but stressed the neglect of local government retirees, highlighting the financial struggle they face, particularly the impact on their children's education. In response, Governor Aliyu assured the NLC that a committee would be formed to investigate the issue and promised transparency in addressing the grievances. He called for patience among retirees and reaffirmed his administration's commitment to fairness and justice. Plateau State has introduced the Local Government Disability Framework to enhance the inclusion of persons with disabilities in local government policies and programs. The framework, aligned with the Nigerian Disability Act of 2018 and the UN Conventions on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities. Key officials, including Mr. Shindol Aaron Adamu, called for local governments to adopt the framework, establish disability offices, and allocate budget lines for PLWDs supported by the Hope Inspired Foundation. The framework aimed to create a more inclusive society following successful similar initiatives in other states like Gombe and Lagos. The manager of Century Home Hotel in Owelobo, Delta State, Eborode, has confessed to murdering 22-year-old POS operator Honoride Bethel, who went missing in December 2024. He lured her to the hotel under the pretense of resolving a financial dispute, killed her and buried her body on the premises. The murder was triggered by Bethel's accusations of him stealing 10,000 naira from her using a fake bank alerts. Iborari also used her phone to demand a ransom and withdraw money from her POS device before killing her. Her body has been recovered and investigations are ongoing. Nafisa Bala Usman, the woman kidnapped from her home in Gayi village, Kalgo local government area, Kebbi State, was released on Friday after her family paid a ransom of 1.5 million, plus an additional 20,000 naira for recharge cards. Her release occurred in Goron Duse village, Suru local government area, far from the location of her adoption. Alhaji Dalhatu Gaya, her husband's elder brother, confirmed her stable condition and praised the effort of the Kalgo local government chairman, Alhaji Yaya Kuka, and the community for their support in paying the ransom. The family also appealed to security agencies to addressing the growing presence of kidnappers in the Goron Duse village. As of the time of reporting, the Kebbi State Police Command had not issued an official statement on the matter. The Kwara State High Court in Ilorin has authorized the release of the remains of Hafsol Lawal, a murdered student, to her family for burial according to Islamic rites. The request was met by the Kwara State Attorney General, and there were no objections from the defense. The 5 suspects, including Abdurrahman Bello, accused of raping and killing Lawal, are on trial. Testimonies confirm the dismembered body part recovered from the suspect's apartment belongs to Lawal. The case has been adjourned to May 21, 2025, with bail detained to the suspects. The Abia State government has entered into a memorandum of understanding with MTN Nigeria to derive digital transformation across 6 key areas in the state. The partnership aims to provide 100% brand coverage for the state by year end, offer a device ownership scheme for civil servants, and enhance digital governance through cloud services. Additionally, the project will establish an Abia digital mall to promote SMEs and deliver 4G and 5G services to key towns. This collaboration is expected to significantly impact the state's socio-economic growth. Furthermore, the state has submitted a bid to acquire a 60% stake in the Enugu Electricity Distribution Company, which is in advanced negotiations. The state also plans to launch a Solar for Health Power project with EU funding to improve healthcare facilities. In other news, Abia's environmental efforts include door-to-door waste collections in major cities and the reopening of hygienic abattoirs. The Nigerian Correctional Service in Gombe State has denied claims that it blocks visitors of Thomas Umar, the state coordinator of the Take It Back movement, who was remanded in custody on April 10, 2025. The NCOs clarified that Umar has submitted a request specifying authorized visitors and only those listed were allowed access. The service condemned the false allegations, emphasizing its commitment to inmates' rights, justice, and rehabilitation, and urged the public to disregard the reports. Mining activities in Ijero Ekiti have raised safety and environmental concerns, particularly due to the proximity of the state's specialist hospital. Vibrations from mining blasts have affected hospital infrastructure and raised health risks, especially for patients with hypertension. While miners claim their operations are monitors for safety, residents and healthcare workers worry about the long-term impacts mining, which started in 1992, has contributed to the local economy but also led to fatalities from unsafe practices. The government intervened in 2024 to curb illegal mining, but concern persists about its effect on health and safety. Kano State Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf has approved the recruitment of 17,600 security guards to enhance safety in public schools across the state. Announced on Monday, the plan involved deploying 400 security personnel in each of the state's 44 local government areas to protect students and teachers, ensuring a secure learning environment. Governor Yusuf emphasized the importance of securing education from emerging security threats and reiterated his administration's focus on security, education, and youth empowerment. The guards will undergo training to monitor school gates, detect suspicious activities, and collaborate with security agencies. This initiative is part of broader educational reform, including the solarizations of 200 schools and the employment of qualified staff. Governor Yusuf urged parents, traditional rulers, and community leaders to support these efforts. Several fatalities and abduction occurred in several attacks on Monday in Benue and Plateau states. Armed headers killed 5 people in Buruku local government area and 2 others on the Makurdi-Naka road in Gwe West. The Buruku attack, which took place in the early hours, resulted in the discovery of 5 bodies, including that of a child. In Plateau, bandits raided Dogonrua in Wase local government area during market days, abducting 5 people and looting stores. Local authorities in Gwe West imposed a curfew to curb further violence. The attacks have drawn widespread concerns from affected communities who are calling for stronger security responses. Governor Basi Oti of Cross River State has signed 3 new laws: the Road Maintenance Agency Law, the Lotteries and Gaming Agency Law, and the Senior Citizen Center Law. These laws aim to improve roads maintenance, regulate the gaming industry, and provide care for elderly citizens. The road maintenance law requires local government to allocate 4% of federal funds to road repairs, while the gaming law establishes an agency for licensing and regulation. The Senior Citizen Law facilitates the creation of care centers for retired and vulnerable elderly people, supporting Otu's People First agenda. As of 12 May 2025 report has it that the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria has successfully airlifted over 9,000 Nigerian pilgrims to Saudi Arabia, accounting for 19% of the total pilgrims for the 2025 Hajj within the first 3 days of operations. This marks an improvement compared to the 9% achieved in 2024. Vice President Kashim Shettima officially launched the airlift on May 9th at the Sam Mbakwe International Cargo Airport in Imo State. As of the latest update, flights have been completed for pilgrims from Kogi, Oyo, Imo, and Abia State. The total number of pilgrims expected to be airlifted is 64,188, with each paying an average of 8.4 million naira for the pilgrimage. The airlift operations will continue until May 24th, with return flights scheduled to begin on June 13th and conclude by July 2nd, 2025. Justice Binta Nyoko of the Federal High Court in Abuja has scheduled June 27 for a final ruling on the case filed by suspended Kogi Central Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, who is challenging her suspension from the Senate. The suspension, led by Senate President Godswill Akpabio, was over alleged misconduct. Akpoti-Uduaghan believes the actions was unjust and influenced by bias. She named the National Assembly, Senate President, and Senator Neda Imasum, head of the Senate Ethics Committee, as defendants. The case, previously handled by Justice Ibora Ogbotu, was resigned to Justice Nyako Akpoti Odohan's lawyer. Jibrin Okutekpa stated all necessary documents have been submitted, but Senate representative accused her of contempt for a Facebook post directed at the Senate president. The defense denied any connection between the statement and the case. The Ogun State government has commended the Ministry of Culture and Tourism for designing the official mascot for the 22nd National Sport Festival. Commissioner for Sports Development Wasiu Ishaka praised the collaborative efforts of various state agencies in preparing for the event, including initiatives like a situation room for visitors. He highlighted the state's commitment to providing excellent welfare for participants and visitors, emphasizing the high standards being set for future festival hosts. Ishaka also assured that security agencies are in place to ensure the safety of all during the festival. In Yobe State, the diversion and illegal sale of ready-to-use therapeutic foods meant for malnourished children has raised serious concerns, with the United Nations Children's Fund sounding the alarm. Joseph Sasei, UNICEF chief in the Maiduguri field office, highlighted that the diversions involving workers, transporters, and traders is impacting over 500,000 children in Borno, Adamawa, and Yobe states. Senesi emphasized the grave consequences of the malpractice, warning that it could lead to the death of many children who are already in dire need of assistance. He called for immediate action from law enforcement agencies, health workers, and other stakeholders to ensure the food reaches the intended children. Additionally, Sensi urged the return of confiscated supplies to the Ministry of Health to prevent waste and ensure they are used properly. Omotekun operative in Osun State rescued a truck driver, Jimo, after armed robbers attempted to hijack his vehicle carrying 40 tons of iron ore. The robbers, posing as task force officers, tried to stop the truck near Bongang, but were thwarted when Jimo managed to escape into the bush and contact his boss. The Ametokun Corps responded swiftly, rescuing Jimo and his apprentice while securing the stolen goods valued at 50 million. Bauchi State Governor Bala Muhammad, represented by Commissioner Zainab Baban Tako, reaffirmed the government's commitment to supporting orphans and vulnerable children during the World Orphans Day rally. He highlighted efforts in education, health care, and welfare, including salary deduction. To fund Basovga Chairman Yelwa Tafawa Balewa also expressed gratitude to the government and partners, stressing the need for collective support for vulnerable children. The Niger State government has shut down a 50-room brothel and 13 illegal beer parlor near the Jumat mosque in Mokwa, which were causing a disturbance to worshippers. The operation was led by the state Liquor Licensing Board, which found the establishments violating liquor licensing regulations and operating its restricted zones. The former councillor who owned the brothel was persuaded to discontinue the business and suggested converting the property for community use, such as expanding the mosque or building an Islamia school. The board has warned of severe penalties for anyone attempting to reopen this business and cautioned property owners against renting to illegal beer parlor or brothel. An American couple, Barry and Julie, have launched a food distribution initiative in Imo State, benefiting around 100 indigenous individuals. The Barry and Julie Feeding Project, which started in 2025, provided rice fruits every Monday to those in need. The initiative has grown from 42 to 84 and now nearly 100 beneficiaries. A Thanksgiving Mass was held at St. Jude Catholic Church in Nazaré to express gratitude for the project, which has significantly eased the burden of food insecurity in the community. Governor Fintiri of Adamawa, represented by Deputy Professor Farauta, emphasized the need for innovative public spending at the 2025 Ministerial Performance Management Retreat in Yola. The event, organized by the Federal Ministry of Finance, focused on fiscal stability and policy alignment. Fintiri addressed economic challenges, urging financial re-engineering. Federal Minister Wale Edum highlighted the importance of transparency and innovations, while Permanent Secretary Lydia Shehu Jafia discussed the pressure of limited resources and the need for effective performance management. The Castina State Police Command has arrested a notorious fraudster involved in circulating counterfeit foreign currencies. The suspect was apprehended following credible intelligence, and a search of the residence in Sokoto Rima quarters led to the recovery of 345 fake 100 USD bills, 5 counterfeit 10,000 CFA notes, criminal charms, a bottle of perfume, and a white cloth. The police spokesperson Abubakar Aliyu confirmed that the suspect is in custody, with investigations on the way to identify and apprehend his accomplice. The state's Commissioner of Police, Bello Shehu, praised the operations and reiterated the command's commitment to ensuring the safety of residents. Report has it that Boko Haram terrorists attacked the 3-battalion military base in Ram, Borno State, at midnight on Tuesday, killing 5 soldiers and injuring 6 others. The assailants overran the base using heavy machineries, prompting the troops to retreat. They also seized 3 gun trucks during the assault. The attack occurred less than 14 hours after a similar raid in Mate, where suspected ISWAP Boko Haram fighters targeted a military base, killing soldiers and making off with gun trucks, motorbikes, and weapons, while officials' casualty figures are still pending. Sources indicate that at least 7 soldiers were killed in the earlier attack. The traditional ruler-elect of Oba Igwe, Engineer Augustine Chinedu Emelube, has announced plans to launch radio and television station with a 5,000 kilowatts capacity to cover the southeastern and south-south region, set to be operational by late 2025. The station aims to promote Oba's image, create jobs, and offer commercial opportunities. Emelube also outlined a development plan for Oba, which includes 33 commitments and 2 councils to help transform the area into an urban center. He emphasized job creations as a solution to insecurity and youth restiveness, calling for active participation from both residents and the diaspora. His administration will focus on accountability, honesty, and transparency. Edo State Governor Senator Monday Opelo has pledged to continue the fight against cultism despite threats and intimidation. Speaking to youth during a peaceful rally, he emphasized the importance of protecting residents and ensuring safety to attract investors. He defended his administration's demolitions of a cult-linked building, stating all procedures were followed. The National Youth Council of Nigeria and youth leaders expressed strong support for the governor's efforts to combat cultism with a commitment to backing future initiatives. Two professors, Peter Ogban of the University of Calabar and Ignatius Oduk of the University of Uyo, have been convicted for their roles in election fraud during the 2019 general elections, but are currently free after dodging prison terms. Ogban was found guilty of manipulating results to benefit Godswill Akpabio, now the Senate President, in Akwa Ibom State. Despite being sentenced to 3 years in prison, Ogban was granted bail, with his sentence later reduced due to health concerns. Udok, convicted for falsifying results to favor Nse Ntwen, an APC lawmaker, also avoided imprisonment after being granted bail and ordered to pay 2 million naira. Both professors were initially sentenced by a state high court in Uyo, but their prison terms have been avoided through the legal maneuvers. Let's take a brief commercial break. Don't change the channel. We'll be right back with more exciting updates on Super Media Television. Please don't go away.
I want to use this opportunity to invite you to Taraba State, a nature's gift to the nation, for the 2025 Taraba State International Investment Summit called Taravest. The summit will bring together top stakeholders from government, businesses, and global players to promote strategic investment opportunity in Taraba State. We welcome all Nigerians and investors from all over the world as we showcase the abundant investment opportunities our state, the nature's gift to humanity, has to offer.
Taravest is a global convergence of top international, government, and private sector stakeholders for sustainable business partnership in Taraba State. Theme: Unlocking Taraba's investment potentials, advancing agriculture, energy, mining, and industrialization for sustainable growth and development. Date: Wednesday, May 21, 2025 in Jalingo, Taraba State. Time: 10 a.m. prompt. Taravest.
Welcome back. On the international news, Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney has unveiled a significant cabinet reshuffle as he consolidates leadership following his party's recent electoral victory. One of the key changes is the appointment of Anita Ananda as Foreign Minister, replacing Melanie Joly, who now takes over the portfolio of Industry Minister. Anand, known for her previous role as Defense Minister, is expected to bring a firm and experienced hand to Canada's foreign policy at the time of evolving global challenges. The shake-up reflects Carney's strategy to inject new energy into his administrations and reposition the Liberal government after succeeding Justin Trudeau earlier this year and securing a fresh mandate in last month's national election. And report from North Africa has it that at least 6 people were killed in armed clashes in Tripoli after the assassinations of Abdel Ghani al-Khilili, widely known as Geniwa, a powerful military leader and head of the stability support apparatus. Geniwa, whose force controls much of the densely populated Abu Salim district, was accused by rights groups of committing serious abuse, including the mistreating of asylum seekers, an alleged crime against humanity. He was killed on Monday night at the headquarters of the 444th Combat Brigade of the Libyan Army. According to security sources who spoke to AI Wasat television, his death, amid escalating tension with rival militias, triggered intense fighting in the capital, underscoring Libya's fragile security situation and the enduring power struggle among armed factions. On business news, the National Information Technology Development Agency partnered with Lancaster University, United Kingdom, to advance Nigeria's digital transformation through research and innovation. The collaboration, built around the Research and Innovation Partnership for Entrepreneurship programs, aim to convert academic findings into practical solutions that foster leadership and national development. Director General of the agency, Kashifu Inuwa Abdullahi, emphasized the need for investment in research and development, the use of emerging technologies like artificial intelligence and the Internet of Things, and the alignment of university curriculum with digital economy demands. He said the partnership supports President Bola Tinubu's renewed hope agenda for a tech-driven economy. Professor Kat Sample, Director of International Research at Lancaster University, noted that the initiative will help universities contribute meaningfully to policy, innovation, and development, especially for countries facing global challenges such as climate change, public health, and digital inequality. On entertainment news, rapper Falz stirred controversy with his claims that fornication is not a sin. A statement shared on social media quickly drew sharp criticism, particularly from Nigerian Christians. Many reference Bible verses like 1 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 18 and Galatians chapter 5 to challenge his assertion, labeling him as a promoter of misleading doctrines. However, some defended his right to his belief, pointing out that fornication is not legally a crime in Nigeria and referencing historical context like Exodus chapter 22 verse 16. The incident highlighted the growing tension between progressive views and religious conservatism. In Nigerian society, meanwhile, veteran rapper Ice Prince opened up about his regrets in past relationships. Speaking on the Connected Minds podcast, he confessed to having hurt amazing women due to mistake he now regrets. Reflecting on his personal growth, Ice Prince emphasized the importance of learning from one's past, particularly in navigating fame and relationship. His candid revelation resonated with fans who appreciated his honesty and self-awareness. This event illustrates the dynamic and sometimes controversial nature of celebrity culture in Nigeria, where public figures continue to shape discussions on personal belief, security, and growth. On sport news, Nottingham Forest striker Taiwo Owoniyi underwent urgent surgery following an abdominal injury sustained during last Saturday's 2-2 Premier League draw against Leicester City. The 27-year-old Nigerian forward collided with past post while attempting to reach a cross from Anthony Alanga, though he briefly continued playing after receiving treatment on the field. Medical staff later discovered the full extent of the injury. Owoniyi, who joined Forest from Union Berlin in 2022, had only been on the field for 5 minutes after coming on a substitute for Ibrahim Sangare. His injury and the handling of his condition during the match led to frustration from Forest owner Evangelos Marikasi, who publicly expressed dissatisfaction over the decision not to substitute Awoniyi. Marie Nakis pointed out that Owoniyi's inability to move freely after the injury was clear, adding that it was a natural response to feel frustrations over the incidents. The draw has impacted Forest Champions League hopes, leaving them dependent on the results of other teams. However, securing a top 7 finish secure the club would compete with European football next season. That's all for this edition of News at 9 p.m. from Psalm TV. Before we go, here is a recap of the major headlines. The national news. The former President Jonathan and Governor Diri and dignitaries paid tribute to Pa Edwin Clark in Yenagua. Taraba SEMA responded swiftly with relief materials for IDPs affected by the Bandawa Gwaze crisis as Chief Benjamin Bako inspected educational infrastructure in Jalingo to support Governor Kever's reform agenda. Agra, Nestle Nigeria and TechnoServe launched a climate-smart agriculture initiative in Kaduna and Nasarawa. On international news, we said armed clashes in Tripoli leaves at least 6 dead after the assassination of military leader Abdel Ghani al-Kiliki. Business news. NITDA partners with Lancaster University to advance Nigeria's digital transformation through research and innovation. Entertainment news. Rapper Fast stirs controversy with claims that fornication is not a sin, while Ice Prince reflects on past relationship regrets. Sport news. Nottingham Forest striker Taiwo Owoniyi underscores surgery following abdominal injury sustained during a Premier League match against Leicester City. Stay tuned for more lineup of programs from Psalm TV. You can also follow us on Facebook at Psalm TV. We are also on YouTube at Psalm TV Live. I'm Bridget James. Thank you for watching and good night.
Hello, this is Alok Ghosh, an independent filmmaker and Bengali writer from Kolkata, India. I began my journey as a filmmaker in 2011 with a documentary titled The Struggle of Indian Filmmakers. From the